What's happening, folks? We are back with our top 10 force affinity attack nukers. I have to struggle to make sure I get that right every time. It's really way more difficult than it should be for me. So we are at not number 17, we are at number 6, Rathalos BladeMaster. So he is the 5th. So we're halfway through our top 10 already. So on the optimizer, Rathalos is coming out with a top score of 79 or 8. Wow. 87,901. What is going on with me, guys? Somebody call an ambulance. So I'll set his build to going here. And I think, despite what that says, I think this is where we're going to see a big gap in the results, because what the optimizer spits out doesn't necessarily take into account, doesn't take into account some of his passives, because we use the general configuration setting for battle, which is waves and 60 and defense at 2000. It wouldn't take into account what he does against bosses and stuff like that, and some of what we do is against bosses. Now, he also has the blessing at 4-star, so I think this is going to be really, really good. I think we're going to see a big gap now between him and the rest of the guys. So let's equip, and this is what we're coming out with now. This is what his kit is going to be. And let's look at his stats. Okay, so 6,920, not the highest attack we've seen so far. I think Xavia pipped him. We are 100% crit rate, which is as we should. 200 speed. That's just the only stat that is input into the optimizer, and then it's just set for maximum damage on whichever skill it's left open. And then crit damage set to 318, not set to 318, that's what it gave out to us. So we have 6-piece merciless, which seems to be just what we get. That seems to be the way the optimizer goes. And then cruelty. So generally we get 6 pieces merciless and 2 of cruelty, and then whatever for the rest. Looking forward to this. His blessing is Phantom Touch. It doesn't necessarily make much sense to change him over to Crushing Rend. However, we did say that if we could, we would. So let's do it. If we could do it for free, we would, because of course we always can. So that's done, and it is time to enter our trials. So my brain has hopefully engaged now, and we'll get into the testing. So that was our previous champion, which was Xavia. And did any of you think of what the actress's name that her thumbnail looks like? I forgot to even look it up, but she was from the Underworld movies. I meant to look it up after recording the video, and I forgot about it until I just seen her face again there now. So comment if you haven't already in the previous video. This is Rathalos BladeMaster, and this is Dragon 20. So our man Horden there gets the slaps here each time, and we'll start off with his A3, which gives him some crit damage and attacks all enemies. We have it on 1x speed. 259 I seen over in the corner. It wasn't Horden that got that big slap. So I'll take that back. I'll run that back in the tape, but it looked like Crossbow Man there, or whoever that is, got the big hit at about 259, I think it was. Now this is a single target, and we always go against this champ. 338239, so that makes the A3 moot. That absolutely takes the biscuit. So let's go out of there. We'll try the A1 just for thoroughness. But having said that, looking at the A1 is a good lump less powerful than the rest of the moves. 189,568. Okay, so we've tested here. We don't need to test that anywhere else. The only time we need to check the A1 again elsewhere is if it's a multi-hit skill and it's killing off enemies on the early stage before they can actually get all their hits in. And sometimes the A1 is actually coming out on the optimizer as the biggest hit. Now, we did have that in the Void testing with... Why can't I think of names today? Funny Hat, One Broken Horn, Shadowkin. This is bad, guys. This is pretty bad. Okay, let's test the A3. 190 for 263. 263 against Venus here. So that looks pretty good there. And then we'll test the A1 again against Laberga. And I swear I'm not frantically trying to think of the name of that champion from the Shadowkin faction that everybody used to use as a mischief tank in Hydra, and she's used in conjunction with Lady Mikage now because she has an optional multi or AoE hit on the A1. But let's try the A2 here. 220. Okay, I actually want to test that again. Okay, guys, it's not coming to me. Clearly my brain today is not functioning at full speed. So let me know the name of that champion. 222,482. So that's pretty good, but I don't think it's podium worthy in here. So what we'll do now is we'll do our arena. Oh, we have live arena open, so I might take a bit of a break and do that in a while. But literally the only Shadowkin I can think of at the moment is, or female Shadowkin is Mikage and Yumeko. And I cannot think of the name of that other champion. So let's do the AoE hit here. And we'll see what that gave us. 192,755. So I'm seeing a problem here with this. 192,755. So yeah, we've had 3 champions now come out with exactly that score. So the reporting on the numbers there is a bit naff. So we might just end up forgetting about arena altogether. Again, I go to the wrong place for Shogun, but here we are. So stage 25, out with the Xavia, in with the Rathalos, and I think this right here is what's going to be the big game changer in regards to splitting out the scores. So I think Rathalos is going to do a hell of a lot here compared to some of the other guys that we've had so far. But let's wait and see. Oh, somebody got, or no, ascended Brukrag Jeroboam. Not a bad champ, I don't think, but very few people went for him. So we'll try the A3 first. 478372. There we are. That's what we're talking about for damage. 478372. And I'm pretty confident that's going to be the big score from him. So we'll pop it in there and I will run this again. And we'll run the A2 and see how that goes. Oh wait, is the A2 the one that has the ignore defense? I could be wrong. Oh yeah, this let's see. Okay. Yes, so it's A2 that's the big hit. So yeah, 478 might be a Fugazi. 553720. Yeah. Okay, there we are. Now we're talking. So I think we can happily take those numbers from here out. That's huge. And we are on to the final of our tests, and that is Clan Boss. So if you've been following along, you'll know that this has been blunderful for me. So hopefully I don't do it again this time. Come out. Yeah. So we just start on auto, nothing set. We run to 10 turns. At 10 turns, then when Rathalos takes his hit on the 10th turn, 10th of the boss turn count, that's when we call it and we see what the score is from there. And then after that, I'm going to tot up the scores and I'm going to go and get myself a hot drink because it's gone a bit cold in here. So we're not going to notice any difference just yet, but I think we're going to start seeing this ramp up fairly quickly for him. But you wouldn't know, you see Xavia had poisons on her side for this as well, so that could be a big difference. 178,000, that's nothing special at all. And we don't have... Oh, we do actually have a HP burner. 417, that's better. $279. Halfway there. Yeah, I think we're still going to be... Okay, let's see what he does now with the HP burn on. If he gets his A2 out here... The A2 would have been way more beneficial to him there. Why does he seem to be using his A1 a lot? Huh. So there we go. If he had have gotten that Spirit Step Slash with the HP burn on, we would have hit for over 1 million. Okay, turn 9. He's buffed up. 10, and then wait for his last hit. So he maybe just pipped Xavia there. Yeah. So 7, 5, 8, 9, 2, 3, 8. 7, 5, 8, 9, 2, 3, 8. Okay, so I will get the scores for Dragon, Hard, and Normal, and I'll be right back to you. So we have our scores done up for Rathalos BladeMaster. Pretty good run from him. I was pretty certain there was going to start being big differences in damage when we got to him compared to the rest of them as well. And good news, I thought of who that Void champion was. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I had to check. It was Oboro. So yeah, her A1 was messed up in the optimizer, and we may have won the same in the Force Affinity as well, a legendary coming up, and I think she's in position 3. So Force Affinity attacker in 3rd position, and it's a lady. Can you guess who it is? Guesses down below, guys. Dragon, we have Rathalos, is pulling away from the pack there big time. Only one kind of comparable to him so far is Basilisk. Surprisingly, Basilisk. And actually, I wish I had more dupes of Lizardman Epics, because I could actually +4 Basilisk at the moment, which would have been fun. So he's a good bit ahead of everybody there. In Dragonheart 10, the AoE, which was the second thing I think the first or second that we tested, the hit on Venus was the biggest hit. The A2 underperformed against my expectations on the Dragon, guys, and I ran it twice, but 263 on the AoE, and that was the hit on Venus that gave us that score, 263,201, which is still the second highest there. Neldor came out with the highest on that one. Arena, this is looking a bit weird because they're all coming out with 192755 in the post-match scores, so I think it's going to be a bit moot. Shogun, huge differences here, so we're up on the previous high score by nearly 100,000, just shy of 100,000 there, with 553,720. Clan Boss then again pulls away from the pack. I didn't think he was going to outperform Xavier when we were watching it, and then he kind of just seemed to increase over time, and that's what he does with his every 5th hit mechanic, maybe, mind you. Yeah. But yeah, 7.5 million, nearly 7.6 million. So let's tot this all up, and we will get ourselves a final score of 8.93 million, just shy of a million above the next contender, the next highest contender, which actually was the champion just below them in the optimizers ranking. So we're on to our top 4 now, I believe it is, isn't it? No, top 5. The final 5. We have our next champion, and it's an oldie but a goodie, and that is not rap text. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put it to black. There we go. So we have Zargala of the Orcs. She's going to be our number 5 champion. She's going to be number 5 in the top 10 champions of the Force Affinity attack champions, and she's coming in with 89,000 as her damage output from the optimizer. So like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next one for that testing. Take care. Bye bye.